Randy McKee here at Soccer 605. I'm here with Coach Steve Kehm, who not only is the head coach at Northern State Women, but also involved heavily in one of the directors of Dakota ODP. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
So, ODP has kind of waxed and waned over the years. I remember, back when I was involved, we took a lot of buses of kids to ODP camp, and then it looks like we're getting a kind of a resurgence again.
Yeah, it's really going well. We'll say it was on sabbatical for a few years there, and then Brian Pitts and some others got together and brought it back, and then the last 2 years, for 4 years, in the last 2 years I've been involved as the DOC, and we've had a couple of real successful years and some nice region camps, so things are going well.
People just don't realize how much work and how much effort it takes to hold a program like that together.
It really does, and without all the volunteers and all the people working behind the scenes, the Deb Beckers and the Troy Andersons and all those people, including yourself and everyone who's volunteering. I can't go on with all the names, but the coaches aren't paid. It just takes so many volunteers, but at the end of the day, what you provide for the kids, I think it makes it all worth it.
Speaking of coaches, that's one of the reasons actually I got out of there as a coach, because I saw all these up and coming college coaches who should have been stepping in there and taking these teams, and it looks like you've accomplished that.
Yeah, Joe Berger, the new school out at Mines, is probably going to be on board this year, and we had Jeremy Tasoya come, and Scott Westbrook, the new PC coach, is going to do it, and Philip Bond from Jamestown, and Nick Becker, who's now the women's coach up at Jamestown. We had a lot of people step up and take teams. It was a big, big help for us.
Well, that's really good for the kids, too, because these are all kids normally who are going to be playing at the college level. So I think that's a good introduction to being around a college coach for them.
Yeah, I think it gives them an idea of the level and the expectations that they'll see when they do arrive at ODP camp, and then also the same thing that they're going to see when they get to college one day. And I think the goal for everybody involved in that program, for all the kids, is to ultimately, can we get them there? Can we take those kids to their highest level, and can we help them attain what they want to attain?
I remember how hard it was holding everything together with just one state. I can't even imagine what it's like combining two states, even though obviously your pool player base is really increased, but that communication's got to be twice as hard.
Yeah, it's hard. They had to dumb it down for me. We had to let the administrators take over and do all that stuff. So I just show up and try to train them and help direct the other coaches who are working as well.
Well, I think that's the way it ought to be done. Coaches should be coaching and not administrating, because most of us are not smart enough to do that anyway, or not patient enough.
Or skilled enough.
Well, you took a lot of kids this year, and I'm sure, like a lot of years, you had quite a few kids playing in those pool games in the morning, but you had a few who actually made holdover camp this year.
Yeah, we did on the on the 97 boys. Echo Anand and Cody Keel, Minot and a peer kid that both play for South Dakota United, made the holdover, and then Jen Marsh, a girl from Fargo, made the holdover in the 97 girls. So it's really exciting for us to have 3 kids make the holdover, and we're looking forward to 1 or 2 of them being named to the region team.
That's a big deal when that kid, I always called it getting a red shirt. I had quite a few players over the years when I was coaching, and at the end they call you up there and announce your name and hand that red shirt to you. Yeah. That gets your name in a lot of books right out of the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. It gets you a lot of exposure, but I think even more importantly than that, it exposes you to the game at a higher level. And for those that don't know the region, there are 13 states, and there are a lot of really talented players. And if you get into that pool and you're training with those 36 kids, your game's going to elevate just by being surrounded with that talent.
Yeah, it can't help. Even by osmosis, you're going to get better. But if you get to make some of those international trips, those are trips that kids never forget.
Oh, yeah, absolutely priceless. And, the coaching that we have here in South Dakota and in North Dakota is great, and the coaching at the region level is great. And anything you can expose the kid to that's new and different, it's just an awesome opportunity for them.
Well, you folks have done a lot of work, and you've seen a lot of success, and it's very evident. So I'm kind of curious what you're seeing as the future of ODP.
I think we can keep it going. I think that it's going real well. Merging with North Dakota has been very beneficial. A lot of talent up there, talent in our state. More and more people becoming interested in it, getting on board, and we're always looking for help, and I really think it's growing, and I think we're moving towards even bigger and better things.
So say somebody's out there and they want to get involved and they want to help, or if you got a player who wants more information, what would you suggest they do?
I think the best thing and the starting point for them would be go to www.sdodp.com or www.dakotaodp.com. And you'll be able to find some inquiry forms there, and you can send an email, and if you click on Director of Coaching, that'll come to me, and I'll make sure we get back to you.
Okay, well, fantastic, Coach, and hopefully people will be out there looking, because I know from my own experience with me as a coach and my kids as players and my wife as a Region 2 director of ODP, that program has changed a lot of people's lives for the better.
Yeah, it's outstanding. It's been great, and like you said, you and Carol have been around it for a lot of years, so your testimony is fantastic. And I just think that the kids tell the greatest tale, and we try to find try to put some small testimonials on the website with their experiences, and we'll update that from this year's Region Camp participants, and hopefully people will draw from that and come on out.
And hopefully, if any ODP players are out there, come up and find me when you see me, and let's get you on Soccer 605 with your testimonial too, so all of our soccer community can see what you're doing. So, Coach Kehm, thanks again very much for your time today, and I hope you go enjoy this game between South Dakota State and Big Red.
Okay, thank you. Oh, but real quickly, by the way, we have some former ODP players from the Dakotas back there behind us playing, so there's a testament to their success.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, see you. Thank you.